Welcome back to the channel. Today's case is a wild ride through the Texas courtroom system, featuring a defendant facing a felony charge of injury to an elderly person, a plea deal hanging by a thread, and later, a probation violation that nearly sends her to prison for a decade. We're going to break down the legal stakes, the emotional tension, and the judge's no-nonsense approach.
Court is calling 2024 CR 2336, State of Texas versus Larietta Nicole Holmes. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Greg Desmarais.
Are you Ms. Holmes? All right, you're gonna need to speak up so the court reporter can hear. Did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision or Deferred Adjudication with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery?
I have, Judge.
Have you reviewed it with your client?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Holmes, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented? Did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with injury to the elderly, bodily injury? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up these rights and enter into a plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes.
Off the record for a moment. Excuse me. Oh, no, it's not a problem. This system is new and it's taking us a while, but we're going to be just fine. We're back on the record. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has, Judge.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I believe she does, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Holmes, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, no.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, state is recommending deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2000.
So this moment right here is critical. The judge is making absolutely sure the defendant understands the weight of a third-degree felony. A 2 to 10-year prison window is no joke, especially when the charge involves injury to an elderly person. One of the categories courts tend to treat most seriously. Notice how carefully the judge walks her through every right she's giving up. This isn't just formality, it's
2023 CR 8418, and there's to be restitution of $3,700.85 to John Ripley. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 150 hours community service restitution, no contact with John Ripley or Feather Point Road, San Antonio, Texas, 78233. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes.
Then to the offenses charge, how do you plea?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
No objection, Your Honor.
And state, have you conferred or spoken to the complainant?
Yes.
All right, thank you. You may be excused. Did you review the document entitled Waiving Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you
Yes.
understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand? Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence state's exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. After reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. My client has obviously, since this case occurred back in July of 22, she's obviously stayed out of trouble, Your Honor. She's been to court. She is going to school. She's becoming a business, let me know the less.
Esthetician.
Currently she works as an esthetician, which is my understanding is skincare. And that's what she does for a living, but she's also going back to school to get her degree in business administration. She has 2 children, a 15-year-old, a 17-year-old that she takes care of. And this is a difficult case, obviously, for her judge. This is a true no contest plea, and this is what she believes is in her best interest. She wants to get off probation as soon as possible, do everything she can, Your Honor. So we just ask you to grant this and get closure on this.
All right, so Ms. Holmes, you understand when people ask you to leave their property, whether you think you're being evicted legally or not, it's always best to leave and then just handle things civilly. So if this were a case where you didn't think you were being evicted properly, all you had to do was, you know what? I'm going to file a civil case. And it appears that it is not a civil case that would be filed in district court based upon what the amount is. So you would just go to one of the JP courts and you just file it. And there are plenty of people who file that every day. And that's how you solve that, as opposed to coming here. Now you have all of these extra fees and you have this. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So, of course, I always have to ask this question. The piercings underneath the lip, were those painful?
No, ma'am. I
Okay.
didn't get them at the same time either. I got them over a period of time.
So what order did you get them? What was the first one?
I had got this one, I was like 16,
Mhm.
and I got this one, I was like 19, and then I just got this one, and it just compliments when I smile.
Oh, okay. I'm always wondering. And the tattoos, what are the symbols for those?
It's really not too much no symbols, butterflies, music symbol. I play the piano,
Oh, wow.
Bible verses. I grew up in the church.
See, I always wanted to play the piano. And I was going to take it as an elective in college because everybody's like, it's an easy elective. Okay, I'm in a class that's supposed to be for beginners. Everybody in there had a piano at their home and had been playing forever. They were truly taking it as, yes. I couldn't even answer because our professor would say, in order to answer the roll call, you had to play the note he wanted you to play. I'm like, yeah, I'm out of
Drop
here.
that class.
I dropped it, but I dropped it before they were going to give me a W.
There you go.
I saw the writing on the wall before the end of the week. I was like, no.
Judge, as you know, you too, that want to learn the piano, YouTube will teach you immediately.
All right, we're going to see. Well, don't put professors out of business. All right, so you're currently employed. Okay, so this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 2 years deferred adjudication. Take in consideration 2023 CR 8418. And state, do you have that? There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom. Thank you. On the person.
Thank you.
There's going to be regular random UAs. I always have to tell people who are new to probation, when you're on probation, you're not allowed to drink alcohol at all, even at your own home. You're not allowed to do marijuana even at your own home, because what that's going to result in is that going to result in a positive UA. And people think these are my rules. These are the rules that the legislatures have put in place. So if you're UA today, is everything going to be fine? All right, what's going to be in your system? All right, so we're going to do random UAs and we're going to test for levels. So those levels need to start going down. You understand? And do not, if they file a motion to revoke because your levels are increasing, do not come back to the court saying you were around people who were smoking, because you have children. You shouldn't be around people who are smoking because it gets in your clothes, and children end up smelling like marijuana. Their clothes smell like marijuana. And then children who are at...
Here's where everything gets tense. By pleading true to a probation violation, the defendant is essentially admitting she failed to meet one of the most basic supervision conditions, reporting. And the judge wastes no time reminding her that the plea agreement is not a guarantee. Probation is a contract with the court, not the prosecutor. One wrong step, and that deferred adjudication could flip into a full conviction with up to 10 years in prison.
School tend to tease them, and we don't want that. There is to be 150 hours of community service restitution.
May I speak to that, Judge?
Yes.
Is it possible if she can show semester grades going towards her business administration degree, that can satisfy some of that community service?
I was just about to say.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
ESPN.
The community service hour. Yeah, we're here. The community service hours will be waived once she provides proof of her BA. And honestly, you should be able to finish that, hopefully, before your community supervision has expired. But if you show the court that you're actually taking classes, and when I say take classes, your attorney, no, I will mean this, not just one class a semester, you understand? And I understand that you work, I understand that you have children. So for you, it's going to have to be at least 4 hours a semester. And that's not full time. For this court, at least 8 hours is full time. But because of everything that you have going on in your life, probation, she needs to do at least 4 hours per semester. There's to be anger management. There's to be no contact with John Ripley or the address on Feather Point Road. And there's to be the restitution amount of $3,755.85 to John Ripley. And there's to be field visits one time per month for 2 months. Probation, is there anything else? Thank you. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors.
And Judge, was the fine probated? Is that something I need to address?
There was no fine asked for. You're welcome. Probation, anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Off the record, in this court, to be successful in probation, communication is key. If you have an issue, let your probation officer know about it. If you feel as though your probation officer isn't addressing it, you can always come back to the court and we'll take it up. All right, do you have any questions? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes,
Thank
once she talks to probation. Court is calling 2024 CR 2336 State versus Larietta. Nicole Holmes, could I have parties announced?
Andrew Harris Ailman for the state.
John Robertson from Ms. Holmes.
And are you Ms. Holmes?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Larietta Nicole Holmes who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2024 CR 2336 for the offense of injury to an elderly person with bodily injury on June 13, 2024 for a period of 2 years? Is that you? All right, you're gonna have to make sure you keep your voice up so that I can hear and the court reporter can hear. State,
In Bear County, Texas, the defendant Larietta Nicole Holmes did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of March and April 2025 in violation of condition number 4.
how do you please to that, true or not true? State,
State waives the remaining violation allegations.
any objection to the waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
You still want to plead true to violation of condition?
All right, so here's the thing, you're gonna have to speak up. And you need to speak the way you speak when you're not in court before me. So whatever agreement you think you've worked out with the state, I don't have to follow that agreement because this is a contract and it's a contract with the court. It's not a contract with the state. It's not a contract with the defense. So you pled true to violation of condition number 4. Regardless of what agreement you think you've reached with the state, I can revoke you and sentence you to 10 years in prison. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, knowing that, do you still wish to proceed with this plea of true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, to deny the motion, continue on regular supervision and amend for the following conditions. Immediate placement of GPS monitor for 6 months. Proof of residence or proof of employment with every OV. Don't know what OV stands for. If no proof of employment, then proof of disability. If not on disability, 4 job searches per week, as well as minimum of 12 community service hours performed monthly. Immediate enrollment in anger management course. IVR call inline for 4 months. Bi-weekly reporting for 4 months.
All right, so here's my question. You want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Larietta Holmes.
What have you done since you've been on probation?
Since I've been on probation, I did try to finish my classes.
So you didn't finish your classes, you tried to, all right?
For community service, because last time I was here, my lawyer asked if I could I was getting my BA,
Mhm.
and he asked if I could use that for community service.
And why didn't you finish that?
A lot in between the time happened, so I did have to drop.
What has happened?
Lights were turned off in November, and it was hard for me to try to get any type of assistance for it because it was overdue and they just turned it off. So in between time, I was trying to find assistance, I was trying to find work, and also trying to maintain my home, and keep up with everything that I could, and also raising my 2 children.
So where are your children now? Who's raising them?
My son, he's with his girlfriend, and my daughter, she's with my sister. She works, my son works. Both of them work, they're both of them in school, and they both get good grades.
Okay. So here's the thing with lights being turned off. Back in the day, people didn't have lights. You turn on a candle. And people always assume that where people are in their station in life is always where they've been. Like they never had financial problems or things happen. I've had my lights turned off before. And you know what? My mom and my grandmother would always say, hey, whatever you do, make sure that you have if you're living in an apartment, make sure that's paid. If you're living in a house, make sure that paid. If the lights get turned off, if the water gets turned off, at least you'll always have a place to stay. So getting your lights turned off, and sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. It's like, I still have a place to stay. Getting lights turned off happens to everybody. I guarantee you, a majority of the people in this courtroom, attorneys included, deputies included, court reporter included, have at some point had some utility turned off. One time it happened to me, and it's just because I forgot to pay the bill. And I'm like, hey, why is my water not on? And they said, Stephanie, Sauce came out and turned it off. I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot to pay my bill. And they came out and turned it back on, of course. But that's nothing to be embarrassed about. So, and the reason why I'm telling you this story is because you have to reach out to probation and tell them what's going on in your life. Otherwise, you could go to prison for 10 years. And then who's going to be taking care of your children? Now, what's happening with the new number one in this case?
Judge, I can elaborate on that. That is an allegation based on a voicemail that was left with the landlord. I received a copy of the police report. The landlord sent a copy to the court, and that was forwarded to me by Norma. They took a police report based on a voicemail. And last time I looked, a voicemail doesn't arise to a Class C threat.
What?
So anyway, that'll have to be sorted out. I think that's obviously one of the reasons why we're not going on that today.
All right. So what's happening with this number one?
That's a municipal court problem.
Okay.
So
All right. Probation. What is your recommendation?
Judge, the court summary, according to the sentence summary, is exactly what Mr. Edelman states.
All right. So why were you not reporting? That's the easiest thing, to pick up the phone.
I was communicating with my probation officer. I was
Not in March and April.
I was in March and April. I did. I even got kind of scared because he wasn't responding back to me. He never did tell me to come in. Everything that I was going through, far as dealing with the landlord and also dealing with housing, and my life still being not connected, I was communicating with him.
So has she been communicating?
Judge, I can check the notes.
All right.
that's one thing we discussed, Judge, is that communication, however the communication is not a substitute for reporting. And I think Clarice understands that.
And my lawyer did make a good recommendation. Is when, communicating, texting, sometimes it's best for me to go down there. And I didn't know that. To set up an appointment, go down there so I could be seen. And that way it wouldn't be no miscommunications.
Judge, last office visit is a system in the shape February 28th of 2025. There was a text message sent out with an appointment scheduled in March. I don't see anything indicating there was a phone call with that to the officer, and the same for April, Judge. There were also system text messages reminding his moms, you need to pay your fees. There's some batch emails that went out for services.
All right. This is her first motion to revoke. I'm going to tell you something I'm going to tell you right now. Number one, when your utilities are disconnected, that's nobody's fault but your own. If my utilities get disconnected because I forgot to pay, that's not their fault. It's not the utility company, it's my fault. Your emergency is not somebody else's priority unless they want to make it their priority. And when you have a landlord and part of your contract with your landlord is you pay rent and you pay utilities, when utilities get cut off, that means that you didn't pay them, or maybe the utility company made a mistake. If the utility company made a mistake, then they will come out and correct it. Now with CPS Energy, if they do that, they can turn it on immediately because they've switched out everybody's meter where they can operate it from in office. But when your utilities are cut off, one thing you do not do is on your own try to cut them back on or tamper with meters or anything of that nature. Do you understand?
I would never do that. I don't want to.
No, okay, here's the thing. Don't say that because that's what's in the police reports and everything. And the other thing is, it is clear from the court, based upon what you're on probation for, that you do have an anger issue. And it appears from the court that you don't know how to address your angers when things don't go your way other than lashing out at other people. that is going to stop. Otherwise, you're looking at 10 years in prison. Then the 10 years in prison, you can try and lash your anger out at other inmates. And you know what's going to end up happening? Somebody at the prison, somebody at the jail is going to be badder than you. And they're going to unleash anger on you. So if you don't want that to happen, then you had better change your ways. And this bullying thing that maybe you're doing with people that are older than you because you're on deferred adjudication for injury to the elderly, that's going to stop. And your landlord says that they're 57 and they have a disability and they're having to deal with you. So if you were living at that property, you don't have to worry about not having lights at that property because the court is no longer going to allow you to live at that property, and you're no longer going to be allowed to have contact with her. If you have contact with her, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
See, and I don't know why you're giving me that attitude now. You know what you did to Miss Holmes, that breathing hard. No, that breathing hard thing. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, that's not going to be tolerated here. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
It's time for you to start showing respect to people, whether you think they're worthy of it or not, because you're landlord. Whether you think they're worthy of it or not, you need.
What a journey. We watched a defendant start with a deferred adjudication on a felony charge, negotiate conditions meant to keep her in the community, and nearly lose it all over reporting failures and communication breakdowns. The judge's ruling today keeps her on supervision, but with strict new conditions: GPS monitoring, full-time employment requirements, anger management, and zero tolerance for missed check-ins. The message is clear. One more misstep could mean years in prison. If you found this case as shocking as we did,
to show respect to them because you're living on their property in their house and they can take that away. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And you need to start behaving differently so that your children will know the proper way to communicate, and it's not through violence. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you're going to start completing the conditions of your probation immediately. And when you are released, if you don't start enrolling in these programs and completing them, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. The court will deny the motion. Alternate amend conditions to the following. Need to get items, you'll need to have someone other than yourself go over there and go with the police escort to retrieve your items. You are not allowed to call her or have third parties call her or have third parties contact her, other than that one time when that person goes to the location, if you have items there and they need to go there with the police escort. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to start your anger management classes and probation. What is the earliest she can start anger management?
Give her 30 days.
All right, anger management class are to begin within 30 days. Do you have a disability?
No, ma'am.
All right, she doesn't have a disability, so there needs to be there's no proof of disability needed. You're going to need to get a job. That's how people make it in this world. Nobody's depending on somebody else to pay their bills. You're going to get a job. And if you need to get 2 jobs to make a full-time job, then that's what you're going to need to do. So I'm going to require a full-time job. And for the court, full-time employment means at least 40 hours a week. If you want to get 2 part-time jobs, 20 hours each, that's fine, but you're going to work. And there are plenty of places for you to find employment. But sometimes people think certain employment is beneath them. No employment is beneath you, because we all need doctors. We all need people who are going to pick the fruit. We all need people who are going to work at HEB or work the fries at McDonald's. There's no shame in that. It's a legitimate job. So proof of full-time employment within 45 days. And GPS, probation, do you want GPS?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, there's to be GPS, waive fees. Do you want full-time GPS tracking? What do you want?
Partial GPS for now.
All right, partial GPS for employment. And GPS is until further notice. And do you still want this IVR hotline?
That part summary indicates she helped submit for UA.
Why are you not going in for your, why are you not going in for your UAs?
To my knowledge, I only felt one that was in.
Why are you missing one? Because when you miss one, you could go to prison for 10 years.
I think the day that I missed that was when I went to the office to see him. And by the time it was time for me to leave to get in my Uber, they were going to be closed. And I think it fell on a weekend.
All right, probation, do you still want the IVR hotline? All right, monthly UAs. You're not to miss a single UA. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Probation, is there anything else? All right, bi-weekly reporting for 4 months. Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? All right, you better do better. Otherwise, you're looking at going to prison for potentially 10 years. From here on out, we can go off the record, from here on out, anything that you do, you need to ask yourself before you do it, is this something that could result in me potentially going to prison for 10 years? If the answer is yes, don't do it unless you want to potentially go to prison for 10 years. If your answer is, well, maybe it could, don't do it because you could potentially go to prison for 10 years. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Thank you,
Thank you.
counsel.